Welcome to the world of psychedelics, where you see sound and hear color. Things are not as they may seem. A video project by Aaron Vatt and Enrique. Okay guys, so what better way to get started with a project on psychedelics than by defining what exactly a psychedelic is. So, a psychedelic substance is a psychoactive drug whose primary action is to alter cognition and perception. Now, to break that down for you, a psychoactive drug, or psychotropic, is a chemical substance that crosses the blood-brain barrier and acts on the central nervous system where it affects brain function, resulting in alterations in perception, mood, consciousness, cognition, and behavior. To break it down even more, it's anything chemical that you ingest that can enter into your brain and affect the way you think and rationalize, both consciously and unconsciously. It changes the way you process sensory information, resulting in the trip that you always hear about.
Now that you know what a psychedelic is, you probably want to know how it works. Typical psychedelics such as LSD, psilocybin, mescaline, and DMT are also known as serotonergic psychedelics. This means they are strongly tied to the serotonin neurotransmitter, which is a naturally occurring neurotransmitter. Serotonin has a significant effect on one's mood, appetite, and sleep. Typical reported effects of psychedelics include hallucinations, both visual and audible. This could be anything from radiant colors, objects and surfaces appearing to ripple or breathe, colored patterns when you close your eyes, time seeming to stretch, repeat itself, change, speed, or stop, crawling geometric patterns on walls and other objects, or morphing objects.
Psychedelics have a long history of traditional use in medicine and religion, where they are prized for their perceived ability to promote physical and mental healing. Native American practitioners using mescaline-containing cacti, most notably peyote, San Pedro, or Peruvian torch cacti, have reported success against alcoholism, and Mazatec practitioners routinely use psilocybin mushrooms for divination and healing. Ayahuasca, which contains the powerful psychedelic DMT, is used in Peru and other parts of South America for spiritual and physical healing, as well as in religious festivals. Recreational use of psychedelics can be traced back to the counterculture of the 1960s and 70s, and the introduction of vast quantities of lab-grade LSD to the general public.
LSD has become the most popular and readily available psychedelic next to magic mushrooms. LSD, or lysergic acid diethylamide, was first synthesized by Albert Hofmann in 1938 while researching ergot, a fungus that grows on grain. It is theorized that many accounts of witchcraft and sorcery throughout medieval Europe were caused en route by the consumption of bread and grains that were tainted with ergot. LSD's psychedelic properties were discovered 5 years after its synthesis, when Hofmann himself accidentally ingested an unknown quantity of the chemical. Beginning in the 1950s, the United States CIA began a research program codenamed Project MK-Ultra. Experiments included administering LSD to CIA employees, military personnel, doctors, other government agents, prostitutes, mentally ill patients, and members of the general public in order to study their reactions, usually without the subject's knowledge. Also, in the 50s and 60s, LSD was used in psychiatry to enhance psychotherapy. Some psychiatrists believed LSD was particularly useful at helping patients unblock repressed subconscious material along with other psychotherapeutic methods. On October 24, 1968, possession of LSD was made illegal in the United States. The last FDA-approved study of LSD in patients ended in 1980, while a study in healthy volunteers was made in the late 1980s. Legally approved and regulated psychiatric use of LSD continued in Switzerland until 1993. Today, medical research is resuming around the world.
LSD is produced in crystalline form and then redissolved for production in ingestible forms. Liquid solution is either distributed in small vials or, more commonly, sprayed onto or soaked into a distribution medium. Historically, LSD solutions were first sold on sugar cubes, but practical considerations forced the change to tablet form. Over a period of time, tablet dimensions, weight, shape, and concentration of LSD evolved from large, heavyweight, round, high-concentration dosage units consisting of 90 to 350 micrograms per tab, to lightweight, variously shaped, lower concentration dosage units consisting of 12 to 85 micrograms per tab, with an average range of around 30 to 40 micrograms per tab. After tablets came blotter paper LSD, typically made by dipping a pre-printed sheet of blotting paper into an LSD water alcohol solution. Alright guys, so now that we've gotten all that information out of the way and learned all about psychedelics, in particular LSD, why don't we hit the streets and get a little bit of first-hand perspective on the subject.
Opinion on psychedelic drugs like LSD and psilocybin.
What do you mean, health-wise, or
Just like your general opinion about hallucinogens.
what do you think they're but I think you should be careful about it, because you really don't know what you're getting. You can't trust your stuff.
Have you ever taken psychedelics? Like, could you tell me about how many times and like how often?
Acid, I've probably done 7 or 8 times, and I've done mushrooms twice the last 6 months.
Why do you take psychedelics? How do they affect your body?
I feel like I'm more just about
How does it affect your perception?
Should be driving once I've noticed.
Like, can you describe what kind of stuff?
Size description.
How does it affect your mood? Are you hallucinating?
Am I currently seeing things? Not currently.
Can you describe your state?
Like, I'm not seeing stuff, it's just colors. It's like life in HD.